Alright guys, so welcome back to the Stock-Aide, and my sincere apologies for the long hiatus. We've actually been in North Carolina for a week, and prior to that we were just trying to gather ourselves together preparing for the trip. So again, I'm Almighty Z on Instagram. This is...
She got jokes on Instagram?
Yeah, so yeah, it's been a while. I mean, what were we supposed to talk about? Oh yeah, cleaning shoes was our main questions of our last episode. So just to go briefly over that, these are some of my favorite methods to go over with some of my sneakers that have gotten dirty. I typically use Refresh's cleaning system. I took it to go in this little travel bottle that I got at Walmart, and I took it with me to North Carolina, cleaned up my Air Forces, and they came out great. It's a really powerful cleaner. I'm not sure if it's... Well, I wouldn't recommend using it on suedes and nubucks, but it's great for the midsoles and leathers. It definitely conditions that. As well as this. This is going to help your leathers out extremely. This, you just apply this on a couple times, give it a couple coats, let it sit outside, and it'll like refurbish your leather like new again. It'll like make the scratches or scuffs, whatever, look natural pretty much. We also do use Jason Marks. What do you think of Jason Marks? I think it's cool. It just leaves like this weird deodorant smelling type. I don't know.
I hate how it smells.
It's a good cleaner, no doubt.
It smells like dirty towels.
Eventually, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's just our bottle. Who knows? Let's see. Oh, and lastly, this is taking it back to the old school when I didn't know shit about cleaning supplies. This right here is a nail polish remover. You use this on what, midsoles, just to whiten it up or something.
Whiten it up. I use it to take gum off.
Yes, gum.
Glue, like excess glue on, Jordan shoes nowadays.
Yep. As well as brushes, I would recommend using a horsehair brush, just to give it a good light scrub. It's not too rough. Whereas some other cleaners would recommend this. And for your suedes and your nubucks, use a napper. I use this quite frequently whenever my suedes, like an example off of Vicky's Ulrichs. There is some dirt right here, but all I do is just give it a few scrubs around the edges. It doesn't destroy it or anything, doesn't rip it off. It just lifts up the dirt, and you could just eventually just brush it right off.
Oh, remember to scrub it in one direction.
Yes.
You don't want to go crazy because then the fibers will like rip off, and you're left with like a blotch mess.
Exactly. So we always are conscious of what we're doing with our shoes as well. And also, let's see, restoration wise, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys this. I did make a mistake almost a year ago of restoring my Pharrells. Since this is such an old sneaker and it is a dunk model, the glue ended up separating along the edges of the toe box, which I was kind of flipping out on. I didn't know what to use at first, so I decided to use crazy glue. I highly do not recommend that. It's very bad. It ends up damaging the leather materials on it, or whatever materials is on your sneakers of the dunk. Although once I did use E3000. E3000 is an industrial glue you can find at your local Ace hardware store or any hardware stores in general. And it works wonders. Just go ahead and YouTube that. Is it E6000 or 3000? Okay, that doesn't matter, but yeah, just YouTube it and you'll see how well it works. And I do know a couple of sneaker restorers use that on their Jordans for sole separations and whatnot. Okay, I'm not sure if that covers everything of the sneakers like restoration section.
Did you cover the name of the leather?
Oh yeah, just a heads up. Yeah, I actually got this, or Vicky got this over at what was it?
Robert Wayne.
Yeah, Robert Wayne. Since they sell a whole bunch of Doc Marten. This is a Doc Martens Airwear. It's called Wonder Balm, or Balsam. Is that how I don't know.
Balsam.
Can't even read that. All right, so yeah, it's just the wax. Comes with that little brush in there, just rubber, whatever. All right.
Sponge.
Yes. Okay. So second. Oh yeah, we were mentioning that we're gonna go ahead and show off our matching pairs. So first off, since they saw it already, let's go ahead and show them our matching Pharrells.
Okay.
Alright, a little story behind these is that she got these for me as a gift. How many years ago? 2 years ago already?
Yes.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Roughly 2 years ago. The great thing about this is that we got this at a local mall that's literally right behind our home. We got this, or she got this for how much?
380. Yeah.
$380. The conditions were immaculate when I first got them, but after the first couple wears is when the separation started happening, which then it started going down. I really love this sneaker. I love the way they detailed everything. I don't know. I think it's a reptile look. I think it's awesome. It's a tumbled leather metallic swoosh. The stitching on the emblem is really good. I really enjoy that, especially the fact that it doesn't say Nike all over, but you know, you could just tell it's obviously a Nike shoe, whatever. And mine is numbered 324 out of 1050. So that's really cool that I actually own a pair of these. I always wanted them ever since I started collecting the Dunks back like in '05. So it's I'm really happy to own a pair of these. It really completes my collection. Show them yours.
Okay, so I got these from not local, but a seller from Houston. Her Instagram is INKnowFresh. So thank you again. These are 6.5. They're a little bit big, but thick socks and a pair of force fields really helped me out. I have my red laces on. There are minor heel drag, but I don't want to take any risks in passing them up. My number is 212, and when I got them, there was some separation, like right around there. So I'm just gonna wear them until they separate, and then like I'll try fixing them too. There are some creasing on them, but it's not bad. Like I just stuff them, like when I don't wear them. And also on my shoes, I have my East Coast lace locks. Shout out to I think it was Steve's on Instagram. I'll look him up and then like I'll post his link. So if anything, you guys can buy some pretty cool lace locks from him too.
Alright, so second up of our matching collection, we do have polyurics to match. I was selling these, but nobody had ever got back to me since I posted it, so I was like, whatever. They still are for sale, but I am currently wearing them. I will be honest with you. If you do have any questions, just go ahead and ask me. But anyway, so yep, this is ours.
Mine has a pink smudge. Oh, and about a couple months ago, he also bought me a dead stock pair, size 5.5. It's interesting because as a 6, they're high tops, but for not like a size 5.5, they're actually mid top. They're cut a lot shorter.
Yeah.
And that was the main difference. I just have.
Alright, well, she's getting that. But yeah, so one of my favorite dunks right here. It's just, I'm selling them because they don't fit me, so I don't wear them too often. But go ahead, Sean.
So these are the 5.5. You could see like they're a lot shorter.
You can see the cut.
And
it's easy to tell.
These are. Good God, I'm confusing myself. You do it.
Alright, so 5.5 compared to the size 6. You could tell the noticeable ankle height. That's right there easily. As well as the number of lace holes on it is different. The 5.5 is less lace holes, but whatever. Yep, I'm glad I got her this. It's pretty hard to find. Let's see.
We used to have a lot of other matching pairs, but he went ahead and sold like a few of them. Like we had MF Dooms. What else do we have?
Taxi cabs.
We also had sabotages,
yeah.
But he got rid of his. We'll tell you that story in another episode.
Okay, so let's go ahead and just, since we came back from North Carolina, we went ahead and picked up a couple of other shoes. As I mentioned in our last episode, I got a good deal on these, and I'm really happy to show you guys these. So she actually got a couple pickups. She got a pair of Jordans and Nike SBs, and these are mine. The 2002 Nike Dunk Black Supremes. These were a good deal. I'm happy I got them. There's not much to tell you other than these are pretty much brand new. I mean, I hope you guys are as happy as I am. That's cool, you know? Supposedly 500 are made. I'm not too sure about that. I'm not into the whole Supreme hype, but I really am a fan of the design of the shoe. It looks very comfortable. I can't wait to wear them, but I think I will ice them for quite a while if I do decide to keep them, of course. But yeah, that's my pickup. Happy as can be.
So before I left, maybe about a week or so prior, I finally was able to get a pair of these, my 2001 blue Zen snakeskins. Sole's still pretty damn icy. The lighting of the room does no justice. I actually passed up these a few times because people were selling them for outrageous prices.
It's too damn high.
Yeah, sellers are being shady. They're a size 6, so sellers are just being real shady.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to try to have nobody hustle me, of course. They were pricing them at like 350, 400,
Too much.
maybe like 450. I'm not going to do that. Not on these. So I'm really happy with these. One of my girls, finally. And when I was over in North Carolina, a few days prior to me leaving, I was able to find papa bears, practically dead stock.
That's an amazing find.
They were just dirty, like on the midsole, but other than that, they're practically dead stock. And I had the seller ship them to North Carolina for me, so they're waiting for me.
Yeah, you could check those pictures out on Instagram too.
I love these.
Oh yeah, speaking of North Carolina, while we were there, we went ahead and tried to see like what kind of sneakers they had, and surprisingly at their malls, they had a really good selection. I won't spoil it because it's just, to any hunters out there, want to go ahead and make the trip if you're close to, what is it, Greensboro?
Greensboro,
Yeah,
where I grew up in.
They have a surprisingly good amount of sneaker right now of an Air Max that is selling pretty high. So whoever's watching the video from North Carolina, head on over to that mall.
Four Seasons Mall.
Yep. So I'd also like to mention Social Status. I was there and they had very good customer service as well as a nice variety of sneakers. I noticed people are on the what is it? How do you pronounce that? Saucony? Saucony?
Yeah, Saucony is, I think.
Saucony, yeah, like the whole Clips collaboration, Pusha T or whatever, something like that. It's like one's blue, one's pink. They have that there.
I think they were like the cotton candy colorways.
Yeah, cotton candy colorways. So you can go ahead and see what they have over at socialstatusnc.com. They're also located in Greensboro. Big shout outs to them for having a really friendly customer service.
That Southern hospitality.
True. Oh yeah, so we'd also like to touch on the Instagram shout outs. I'd like to give a nice shout out to Shoes Plus Booze. That was a really cool picture you posted of your skunks. I'm happy to see people actually wearing their heat, so appreciate that, man. Keep it up. As well as IMF Godlike.
Yes.
Yeah, him. I see that you were restoring your sneakers as well. I see those 2006 Great Fives, man. That's cool. Oh yeah, speaking of cleaning up again, I forgot to mention this little sucker. He will work you wonders on your Dunks, Jordans, and especially those little loose threads that get extremely annoying.
Should we show a demonstration? Because I don't want you guys like ruining your shoes.
Yeah,
you have to be really careful.
I don't want you guys to not believe me. This really does work. Let me see. Is there something I can use?
Use mine?
What has the loose thread on
it? My shoes are shiny.
No, not even the quinceañeras.
Here, I have like a tiny.
All right, just briefly. Okay, this is not working. Okay, but my whole point, what I'm trying to get at, is whenever you have a loose thread. I'm not sure if you could barely see that shit. If it's on my face, you can see that. All right, what I would just do is just light it up. Well, it's a big ass flame, but whatever. Just light it up. Briefly wave over it. As soon as the tip starts melting, just brush it onto the side, and it's just like a little comb over that goes off unnoticed completely. It just ends up either burning down, and you could just tap it out, or it just burns off by itself, and you don't need to do crap. It really does help if you're trying to get rid of those things. So we're pushing on 15 minutes right now. Let's see.
What?
Shoutouts, reviews.
Well, what about what we want to get in the future? If anything. Questions?
Oh yeah, just to answer one question from one of the commenters that we've had. A good way of storing your sneakers. I just remembered that question. A good way of storing your sneakers in general is just to keep it in a good climate. Like, let's see, a good temperature being what is it, 70 to 80 degrees, not in the humid rooms because that causes yellowing. That may cause separation of your shoes as well. I don't know about the whole newspaper thing, but that does make sense because it sounds like it'll absorb like the moisture and whatnot. As for plastic bags, I think that might cause deterioration from the lack of air, and 2 months apart just to take them out. It just sounds like it's you might forget about it, and it just might end up falling apart. So it sounds like you got to break them out sooner than that. And to prevent your shoes from deteriorating, like such as Jordan 5s and 3s, I would suggest giving them like maybe a 5 to 10 minute wear every couple of weeks, just so the midsole starts solidifying and just sticks together instead of like giving it the chance to crumble, of course. Um, so I hope that answers your question, man.
Oh, the whole thing about the humidity. We live in like a pretty small like area, and our shower is like right over there. And I take
Right.
really long hot showers. And the thing is, I used to keep my shoes in the closet, in the box, in the dark, and I never really thought about it
Yeah, in the
until
closet.
I decide to wear them. I bring them out. There's mold on them, and
Yeah.
I get creeped out by mold and everything. So we just scrub the living hell out of them. So don't keep them in the closet in the dark. If you do, keep them in a cool like spot in your closet. Otherwise, as of right now, I just keep all my shoes like on the rack
Yeah,
on the outside so
we
they can
keep them.
breathe.
Yeah, we keep them in an open space as well. Just avoid the closets. That would be another suggestion. She's right about that, 100%. Um, well, if you guys have any questions for us, please feel free to like throw us something. We're always looking for something to talk about with you guys. And again, sorry for the long wait. I hope you guys really pulled through this episode. And let's see. Well, shout out to all the Facebook groups that will allow us to post this episode up. And
Oh, and remember to tag Stock-Aide on Instagram
there
for
you
more
go.
shout outs.
There you
We'll
go.
be better on doing that.
Yeah, you guys are really cool tagging us, hashtagging us, and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I guess that concludes this episode of the Stock-Aide Part 4. All right, I guess till maybe a couple days. Hopefully not till next week.
Couple days.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thanks,
Bye.
guys.